In case you're wondering, there's never ever been a better time to buy a business than today. In today's video, we're gonna go over the industry stats for the Q1 report for BizBuySell, which is one of the industry largest domains for selling businesses. Now I'm gonna show you how to read between the lines and what that means to you if you're looking to buy a business this year. Let's get to it. Everybody, welcome to my channel. I am your host, Leo Landaverde, business broker and commercial lender, helping you buy and scale a profitable business. You are a small business owner looking to increase your wealth by buying a profitable business, or a W-2 corporate executive sick and tired of the rat race wanting to get out by buying a profitable business, then you are in the right place. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell. You'll be notified every Thursday when new content comes out. Let's talk about it. Q1 24, BizBuySell, what's going on? First things first. Small business acquisitions grew 10% year over the prior year, 3% over the previous quarter. What does that tell you? On one hand, you got interest rates rising. SBA prime, 8.25, 8.5. Treasury is also increasing. Has that slowed down acquisitions? Not really. 2,384 businesses exchange hands. So what does that tell you? That buyers are getting used to the new normal. To me, it doesn't really matter what the interest rate is. It matters nothing, because we don't buy on interest rates, and you shouldn't either. You buy over debt service coverage ratio. If the debt service coverage ratio is at least 1.5 to 1, so you have at least 1.5 times cash flow over the debt service, who cares what the interest rate is? So smart, savvy buyers who know what they're doing are taking advantage, because a lot of buyers are standing on the sidelines waiting for rates to go down. Don't let that happen to you. Rates will continue to go up, and if so, it doesn't matter. What goes up will inevitably come down. So 2,384 smart business buyers just bought businesses. Now, another thing you should consider, or as we're looking at this, restaurant sales prices up 9% as buyers pay premium for high performance. What does that mean? You can read all of this, but here's what I'm going to tell you. Drive-through, fast food, it's king. For instance, if you're looking at takeout pizza, fast food, drive-through, one of the hottest selling franchises, Dutch Bros. If you are a convenient, well-priced, accessible fast food place, you will always do well. Proven conclusively during COVID. People couldn't step into restaurants, but they sure drove through. So that's a total recession proof. And it's, a lot of buyers, up to 9%. Sales are up, driven. And you know what? What I like about drive-through or fast food is that you have a more profitable model. Your largest expense as a business owner, regardless of your industry, is always going to be your staffing. So if you have a sit-down restaurant, and you have all these waiters, you have all these people, hosts, hostesses, and a ton of people producing the food, it lowers your profits, because you need all this infrastructure to be able to service the needs. So it drives your prices up, but your consumers are going to never be able to keep up. California is a great example case. Minimum wages went up to $20 an hour. Guess who's going to ultimately be affected? The business owner. Because in order to compete and get the margins to be at least 10%, you're going to have to raise prices. And if you have a sit-down restaurant and your payroll is 35% or higher, think about the adjustment that needs to take place on the side of the business owner. So the less payroll you have, the more you can pivot, absorb it. So I hope that makes sense. 70% of small businesses say inflation is not easy. You know what? Get used to. It's not going to happen. Inflation is not going to go away. We're in a election year. A lot of fears. Whenever there is tension and hesitancy and wars and rumors of wars outside, it's going to drive inflation, right? So it means that the purchasing power of the dollar decreases. And because people tend to be reactionary, most people tend to be driven by feelings and emotions, not by facts, plays a role into inflation. You're stuck in trying to figure out how to buy a business, don't know what the ideal business valuation is, don't know how to put the numbers together, when to ask for the broker for what information, and how do you know that information is real, when to talk to the lender, and so forth and so on. How much down payment do you need? Do you need working capital? What about post-closing liquidity? If any of this doesn't make sense, we should talk. I am an M&A advisor and I have a great community where I help people buy a business. I'd love to give you a complimentary call just to help you in your particular situation. Just drop me a comment below or send me an email. Email address is up here, and let's connect and let's chat. So, as a business owner, you have to be able to anticipate how you're going to deal with inflation. You have to hedge your bets against inflation. And the first place that I looked at when I'm doing deal analysis on any business and any deals is, when was the last time the seller, the business owner, raised their prices? And you'll be surprised how many owners don't raise their prices but once every 3 years. Meanwhile, the cost of doing business, your wages, your minimum wage continues to go up, insurance continues to go up, fuel continues to go up, the cost of acquiring equipment continues to go up, and you're not keeping up on your pricing, then that's what happens. You get caught with your pants down. There's less and less profit to deal with. And don't be afraid, because some of the follow the leaders, all the industry titans, the giant companies get their consumers used to quarterly, biannual, semi-annually or annual price increases. It's the norm. The only way to hedge against inflation is to raise your prices. So, and you gotta get creative. If for instance, small businesses are adding tips to checkouts to ease the pressure. Well, whatever it takes to help you, and that's you're looking for businesses to buy, you need to understand, as you're doing your operational due diligence, how savvy and how shrewd is the operator anticipating all of these changes that are happening around you. Artificial intelligence, which we're going to talk about a little bit. The recession. What about supply chain, the supply chain disruption again, all of those things. For instance, 71% of businesses are utilizing AI. Now, why not? If you are a business who is contemplating whether you should use artificial intelligence or not, well, those who do are going to get ahead of you. You can no longer stand on the sidelines. You can no longer bury your head in the sand. So if you are a business buyer looking to buy a business, you need to understand what are the possibilities for you to create value. How are you doing value? If you add AI tools, will they help the bottom line? And if the answer is yes, you should implement it. And you should penalize the business owner for not using it by chipping away at the purchase price, while on the other hand, figure out how you're going to double in revenue by using some of these tools. Stay away from retail. If you're thinking about buying retail, don't. It will continue to be pummeled by technology, by AI, by the likes of Amazon and Alibaba or anyone, where retail will eventually disappear. I'm not sure when or how, but if you were looking for a furniture store to buy, bad idea. Service businesses show thinner margins. I alluded to this earlier. Most businesses are afraid to raise their prices. And as a result, you'll be swallowed up by inflation and other things. So there are some industries that are suffering from different sectors. There are the disruptors, AI affecting you or not affecting you, recession, supply chain disruptions. That was a big deal during COVID. And some of those people, the shrewd business owners, the shrewd operators, and the shrewd investors are going to pay pennies on the dollars on distressed businesses if you know how to turn it around. So, what's the punchline? Be well informed. If you want to buy a business, narrow your search to 3 NAICS codes or less. Become a subject matter expert in the industry where you want to invest. Because if you do that, you're going to be able to understand the nuances and how those nuances are affecting the business you're trying to buy. So, and we need to continue to become educated in the industry that you're going to. So if you need help with buying a business, I'm here to help. Reach out to me. Let's connect. Let me help you buy a business in 2024.
Limited time, I'm giving away my cash flow calculator. Last time I checked, that was downloaded over 2,500 times. And my business buyer's checklist, 2 must-have documents. If you're serious about buying a business, they're my gift to you. All you have to do is click on the links below and you'll receive them as my gift. Thank you.